have loaded up. We have dropped from the battle bus already. I am Pookie Face. I am here with Aussie Antics. We are going to be casting the first game together today. How pumped are you to be here? We're finally on the map. I know these players have been getting a little bit antsy, waiting for us to drop in, but this is it. To take things a little bit more on a lighter note, it is endgame where things are going to get a little bit more serious, but Risky Reels, a very interesting POI. Like I said, we didn't have it for quite some time. They took it out of the previous seasons, but it is back and it has made a big comeback. One of the best places for trios, in my opinion.
Definitely.
We've got a little bit of chase on our hands. If you take a look in the lower right-hand corner, you can see the mini-map. Fresh is not letting these guys get away. He doesn't have a sniper, unfortunately, but he does have that AR, and he is going to take a couple of shots onto George, hit him for 30 shield. His shield does get ripped off. It is now his turn to take a little bit of damage. He is trying to build up and ramp up, reinforce that as he goes, but unfortunately, he is going to kind of take a passive stance at this point and hopefully see if he can get a little bit more damage. Takes a couple shots, unfortunately misses there.
We're seeing the experience here. Like I said, Fresh, Lockie, and Enshui have been playing together. You instantly saw Enshui again being the celebrity here, and he built up and he took some shots. He had a good level of protection there. He has definitely been coached by Fresh and Lachlan here, so we can see the shots coming out now. It's going to be one of our first trio engagements. He's pushing up higher. Fresh trying to push forward. He has 47 materials. It should be enough to take this fight. We can see Vinny and Exu building out a metal there, so they're trying to play it more defensive. They've got spare metal around them, and they're pushing back inside right next to the coastline here, trying to stay safe. But I think with the way Fresh played that, I don't think he wants to let them go. I don't think this is going to end well.
Well, I don't think this is going to end well for two teams, because I just saw Zexro's team in the pink there. They're actually coming up and trying to third party. You can see them now actually saying, you know what, never mind. We forget it. We're sorry. We're just going to make our way across the river here and disengage. It is very early in the game, so these early engagements mean a ton. What you want to try to do is get to at least 12th place to get those placement points. Again, just to reiterate for those watching at home, Victory Royale is going to net you 15 points. Second place is 12 points. Third and fourth will get you 9 points. 5th through 8th will get you 6. 9th through 12th will get you 3, and each elimination will get 1 point. Keep in mind there are 30 teams here, so 17 teams are not going to place. The strat where you just kind of cruise around on the boat, it's actually a very decent strategy, but we are over here now with Volks, who does see somebody in his sights. He's got the sniper very close range. Let's see what he can do with this.
This is a very scary fight. Volks, one of the best players in the region, definitely one of the most aggressive. I know a lot of people are watching out for him tomorrow, but in trios, this is a player that could take down 3 players, including a pro by himself. He's getting the high ground now, trying to find these angles. Gets the snipe, unfortunately, just misses it. He's on the high ground, going to try and push across. Loser Fruit here on the low ground, trying to get away. No, she's building up. She wants to fight him. She wants to take the fight straight to Volks. She's getting edited down. Volks goes faster. It's Volks versus Loser Fruit. This is going to be an insane engagement to start off with. Loser Fruit holding her own at this point, though. She's building up and playing defensively, and Volks is trying to get forward and trying to get in on her. Brody's falling in from behind. Brody also a player who's the content creator, but he is a very good player in his own right, trying to get into on this female team.
We have some excellent names just in this situation right now. We see Volks again trying to look for them. They might have backed off a little bit, try to heal up again. You can see Loser Fruit's team has also done the same. It's really a game of cat and mouse at this point. Depends on who is going to engage, but we did see Volks with that sniper in his inventory. If he gets a shot off, that could be what they need to engage. Back over here to Lachlan and Mr. Fresh Asian. We've got Vinny and his team down on the low ground, and Mr. Fresh Asian with his team above has the high ground. Might be an advantage, but quite honestly, you know, we've talked a lot about in previous broadcasts having low ground over high ground. What is your preference?
I mean, it depends on the situation here. I think the point to look at now is Enshui's actually split off to the side. So you can see in the bottom right now, he's pushing back closer, but they've definitely taught him to go for split angles. So, I mean, high ground versus low ground right now, the main problem is the fact that Fresh's team is in front of them between Storm. So you got the blue line behind their team there, and they need, Vinny and his team need to rotate past Fresh to get to that safe white zone. So at the moment, Fresh's team is in the power position.
A couple of eliminations, get a couple of points for their team, or if they're just going to play passively. We are back over here with Lachlan. He is taking some shots, so is Mr. Fresh Asian. They're a little bit low on shields right now. Zone is going to start moving in about 15 seconds, but they are on the slower side, so they will have time to finish this engagement. Call it right now. Who do you think is going to come out of this?
I mean, with the damage that Fresh just did then, I mean, Enshway, Lachlan, and Fresh have the position advantage. Vinny pushes up. It's pro versus pro right now. Fresh, if he can take out Vinny here, they're definitely taking out this fight. If you can eliminate the pro in these trios, it's going to be a big deal right now. So Fresh can find that elimination, but looking at Fresh's health and shield, that's pretty hard to take out 3 players. And I did notably point out that as far as the skill advantage goes, this team is incredibly close. Exu is a phenomenal player from OCE. Lachlan is also, so it's going to come down to maybe the difference in the celebrities here. We'll see how much practice Enshway's had with this team. They're turtling up through and they're trying to push up from the low ground. They're playing this incredibly well. Fresh is taking it slow. He finds the angle on Exu. If he can take that Exu here, which he does, that's a huge turning point. Fresh's team now has the numbers advantage. It's 3 versus 2, trying to find these angles. Enshway pushing in to close out this fight. Fresh just holding that high ground, making sure he doesn't get caught out. If Fresh goes down here, Vinny's on low ground with no shield. Fresh wants to finish this fight, and he does. He takes it down. Fresh, Enshway, and Lachlan getting 3 eliminations, and now they need to push in the zone nice and safe. That was a phenomenal play by them. That was really, really well done.
Absolutely incredible play, and you can see Mr. Fresh Asian actually was going back there, utilizing the storm, knowing that if he does get the eliminations, he is going to be getting health, he is going to be getting shield. Each elimination will net you 50 health or shield, whichever you don't have. But we come over to Benji Fishy. It looks like he just got a couple of very quick eliminations there for his team. He is sitting at 2 right now, and he is trying to third party, got a shot off onto Volks, who took 22 shield damage there, but did get fired at. He is going to make his way over into the zone. They are just south of Weeping Woods. I'm not sure if there's anybody behind them. From what I can see there, it doesn't look like it. So with their back to the storm, they're relatively safe. Now, back over again to this. Oh my gosh, we have so many teams here. My goodness, this is going to be massive.
And we have Papi on the high ground, not looking too great on health, unfortunately. Choosing to build up there, needs to be careful of going too much higher. He has the 100 shield, but he only has probably what looks like less than 15 health. So on that high ground, if his builds get knocked out, that shield is going to be useless compared to the full damage, so we'll see. But notably with that Benji Fishy fight last round, that was Volks' 2 teammates that got taken out. So Volks is now soloing this as a trio. And again, for those aggressive professional players I talked about, maybe that's going to be a theme. They push off too far on their own, their teammates get taken out, they just can't keep up. Players like Airwax here though, who have a lot of Pro-Am experience, he's won the last 2 Pro-Ams he's been in, could go for the hat trick today. Maybe he'll be a little bit better at keeping his teammate with him. He's shown that he can play with teammates he's never played with before and carry them to the victory royale. So I'm looking more for those kind of players today. His whole team is still alive. Alex, also a phenomenal content creator out of NA, but he's here today, and he's going to be one to look out for too in the hands of Elevate, who is a World Cup player. He is phenomenal. He's trying to push back through. They're near center zone. Almost all these players are in. So for a lot of celebrities and content creators who don't have that competitive experience, they seem to be rotating pretty well. Wouldn't you agree? Look at where they all are. They're almost all in the zone. I can only see one team right now who isn't in the current zone.
Yeah, but they are making their way over. So like you said, these rotations have been very impressive, considering there really isn't much mobility in the game, save for the boats that they're able to use on water. You can use them on land, but they are not as effective. Now we're doing a little bit of a split screen here. We can see Benji Fishy on the bottom right-hand side of the screen taking some shots over at a couple of players. He's trying to get some hits on replays, so I'm not sure if he actually ended up taking them out or not, but he's doing some damage there. My goodness. You can see that Parpy actually just got a knock on Oliver. That is going to be detrimental for that team as well. Parpy looking very good with his loadout. He has all of those traps, so we're going to have to see if he uses those.
So unfortunately, the squad is now being third-partied. He might get the revive off, though. This team might be okay.
Yeah, they might be okay. He only has 1 flopper in his inventory, however, not really sure how much help that is going to end up being. We can see Lachlan going down to 5 health, taking shots from behind, is using his builds to try to get out of this very sticky situation. He has 2 Vanish bazookas in his inventory that he is going to try to get off. Only is able to get 2 shots up, unfortunately getting him 30 health, but does take a little bit more damage. Oh my goodness. Here's the action.
They're getting held right now. That's the problem. We got so many full trios there. We got a full trio to the north one. We got Saf and Temp taking some solid shots on them, just spraying into them. So right now, unfortunately, Fresh's team setting up on top of Jinx's has cost them a lot, because now they've drawn the attention of this full trio who is looking a lot healthier than them. They've smelt the blood in the water. They're pushing forward. Lachlan and Enshway hiding out. They might wait till they rotate. This is beautiful. Lachlan and Enshway are hiding while the other team leads them away right now. Mully and Jinx are making a Saf's team push forward onto them and chase them away. They might be able to get their way back in this, but they're pushing into some amazing trios here. Benji Fishy, no surprise there. He has got his full health trio on the high ground, holding everyone coming into zone, showing his competitive spirit there. He is a phenomenal player, and I'm not surprised he's leading this team that well.
He has always been very good at gatekeeping, like you said, just waiting for the players to really just run into his spray of bullets that he lets out. It's worked out for him very well in the past. Now we are taking a look at another team up here. We have Aletheia, and that team in particular with Benji Fishy on it, they are looking great in terms of their health, the resources, everything like that. You can tell that Benji Fishy's experience, not only with previous events, but just as a competitive player, has really come through there.
Yeah, definitely. They're in the power position of this game right now. They're on high ground, no one's shooting at them, and that's the thing. When you have to rotate into the existing zone from outside the zone, everyone's going to hold you. We touched on earlier, no rotation. You have to walk in. They know which way you're heading. You're between them and the zone, and you can just spray them out. They're on the high ground. They're looking good. Lachlan, though, Lachlan and straight back in it. Like I said, Lachlan's showing a lot of intelligence right now. He is a competitive player who has been playing for a very long time. That decision to just hide, wait till the team's rotated past, and then rotate late has proved incredibly useful. We have 3 eliminations on Benji, 1 on Richie, so they have 4 points in total coming into placement very, very soon. We have 22 teams alive. Once we get into those top 12 teams, that's when placement points are going to start coming out. I saw Parpy there in the feed, one of the solo players still holding it down. This is the favorites we talked about earlier, Slayer, Mitch Robinson, and Mao. And Mitch has 3 eliminations. Their celebrity has 3 eliminations, all 3 of them.
Unbelievable. Now, if I was just watching from home and tuning in for the first time, Ozzy, I would honestly think that I was looking at a competitive scrim.
Sure.
We're looking at over 40 players still alive in this lobby. We are on zone number 6. This is absolutely unprecedented at these types of events. I can't even believe what I'm watching right now. Benji Fishy tarping out, using the cones to reinforce the structure to make sure that he's not easily shot down, but a huge risk taken by him. We see Richie here taking some shots. He does still have shield in his inventory, but a team is trying to push up on him. He does go down to 48 health. He needs to get those shields off right now.
Yeah, he's trying to get into this thing. It shows how good these players are, that they can carry people they've never played before. Benji Fishy showing his competitive nature, getting these players in. He is a phenomenal in-game leader, just tarping out for them. Alithia is just following behind. She's doing well as well. She's getting some builds out. Benji leading the charge. They're looking at him at the front there, reinforcing these builds, making sure they hold up, and now he's going to try and get them onto the high ground. They're in the best position coming into endgame. Seeing Airwax take down a few people in the feed, Elevate taking down Jinx, so Jinx's team is now without their pro. If Mully is still holding out in this kind of a lobby, I would not be surprised if any content creator or celebrity gets confused. I would be getting confused in this lobby right now. This is a stack lobby. Twix pushing up towards Benji Fishy. Look how many players we have alive right now.
This is absolutely wild. Just a moment ago, I talked about how we had over 40 players. Now we're down to 27, 16 teams remaining. Again, 4 away from those placements. Benji Fishy with the huge upset ends up taking out a member of Cloud9. We can see Epic Whale is still alive. Airwalks is still alive. Harpy's there. We have Saf here. He gets another elimination. Nets himself another 50. Shield and health does take out Volks as well. Volks has gone down. 20 players alive. We are now at the threshold for placement points.
Yeah, we are. We're on the second rotating zone now. Jets trying to get this elimination. He does. He takes down Leon. He keeps pushing through. The tunneling coming out. He needs to make it forward as he can and just keep pushing with what he has. He does not have a lot of materials. 7 builds total, as you can see there, beneath his eliminations. He has 3. He's pushing into this placement threshold. Any further he goes now, it's going to be amazing. Elevate looking so healthy, though. He has 1 Slurpfish, 3 minis with an amazing inventory, except for those materials. He only has 4 builds. He's waiting for Zexo to push forward. If he gets this elimination on Zexo, he can replenish some of those mats, and he gets shot from behind, unfortunately. Who is this on high ground? Of course it is Zate, the competitive veteran on high ground, absolutely decimating this lobby. Elevate taking a lot of damage here, trying to hold the builds. He managed to replace some of those mats, and he goes down to Zexo. We have some of the best international players in the world. Jaomok, Zexo, Zate, Luta. We have 2 OCE players and 3 NA. Europe is out of contention this first game. Jaomok trying to fight it scrappy on the low ground. He's trying to find his way through these builds. Luta, he's versing one of OCE's best mechanical players in Chances. They are a duo right now. Luta and Chances are on the same team with these fish skins. Jaomok pushes out and cannot handle it. Zate on the high ground. He has to, it's 3 players alive. He's trying to find this one in there. Luta and Chances on the low ground with Zexo. So we have 3 teams. So far, you'd have to say Luta and Chances have the advantage right now, being at the only duo versing 2 solos.
Yeah, unbelievable. Zate does have the ultimate high ground. You can see that he used the harpoon gun to actually bring in some metal, give him some mats, because until that point, he was running very low. Still controlling the high ground. We have Chances down here, looking to make some edits. Doesn't have a ton of builds left either. This is coming down to the wire, Ozzy.
It's coming so close. We have Luta and Chances using the numbers advantage, but Zate having the positional advantage. Right now, Luta is phenomenal mechanically, but Zate right now, this is the player who has won so many tournaments, played in so many massive lands. Let's see if he can close out low ground against Luta. Shots come out, and no! Zate goes down to Luta. 22 points for this team in their first game. They pick up.
We'll see how all of our teams come out of this one on top. No big surprises to see Chances, Luta, and Oliver Packard up there on top. Of course, 15 points coming out of the Victory Royale, and 7 eliminations ain't half bad either.
Definitely not. 7 eliminations is definitely not too shabby at all. In second place, we have Zayd's team, who Zayd was able to survive to the very end, but unfortunately Chance's team and Looter, they ended up taking him out at the very end there. But 5 eliminations, 17 points for them isn't too shabby either. Benji Fishy coming in third with his team, 7 eliminations, 13